Alright, so let us start with today's session. So here in the today's session that we're gonna talk about the bash scripting. Okay, so let's get in understanding about what is a bash scripting. Okay, so here let's get in touch with first of all understanding and let's have the introduction to the bash scripting. Like what is meant by the bash scripting? Okay, you might have heard this terminology before also. So it's related something like a scripting, right? But overall, what is scripting and what is this bash scripting? Okay, let's discuss. So you guys can just imagine, okay, that we have to do some task. Okay, we have to do some task and we have to do some task that is again and again. Like we have to do some of the task. Okay, we have to do it again and again and again for something. We have to do it repetitively. Okay, now if there is any task that we have to do it again and again. Okay, what you might get guys can just think about. Let's say we have here one server. Okay, we have one server and I told you that you guys have to install, let's say, few of the tools you need to install it here. Okay, let's say one tool is what? It's Apache 2. Okay, let's say the second tool, the basic software I told you to install. Okay, maybe the other tool you required to have as Java. Okay, the third tool that I told you to install, let's say npm. Okay, and like that, there are so many bunch of packages that I told you to install it here. Okay, now one solution is what? You will simply log into this machine. Okay, from your machine, from your PC, you will log into this particular machine. Okay, you know how to do the sh, right? You can do the sh, and one by one you can execute the commands, right? So that's something you can do it. Okay, so yes, it's good thing that you know how to install the things, right? So that's the reason you can log into the each of the machine, and then you can install all of this thing. Okay, but now just imagine the same task you guys have to do it on multiple servers. Okay, the same task you have to do it on the multiple servers. So earlier I told you to just do it on one server. So probably you log in and you do all the stuff. Okay. But if I told you that you have to do it, let's say on 100 server, then maybe doing that thing on 100 server is not that easy job, right? So probably you might be thinking to have some automation. Okay, so that could be one of the use case that I can tell you. Or let's suppose there is one more example that I would like to take. Let's suppose here we have one server, okay, which is running perfectly fine. Okay, but because of some reason, we need to recreate again and again. Okay, and then you can have such scenarios in real time in lot of cases. Okay, so let's say whenever you are installing new packages or security packages you are installing, you are trying to create new machine, or you have some auto scaling mechanism where you require the number of servers. Let's suppose earlier you have the one server running. Okay, now suddenly you require the three server. Okay, let's say one server you would like to destroy it. Again, you would like to create new server. Like over a period of time, as per traffic, you might want the number of servers that is not fixed. Okay. Now here in this case also, what I'm saying is that whenever a new server is coming up, okay, whenever new server is coming up, you have to do and you have to like you should have the basic packages and all of these server related things need to be ready. Okay. So here again, you for first server maybe you will be good. You will log in and you will do the stuff. Okay, but when you have to do that again and again over a period of time, same thing. Okay, then probably you will think about something like a automation. Okay, so bash scripting is nothing but it is providing you the automation. Okay, bash scripting is what? It is nothing but it is something like it's gonna provide you the automation. So basically, whatever the things you're doing it manually, or whatever the things you're supposed to do it manually, that we would like to automate. Okay, that we would like to automate in a series steps. Okay, so let's say for this command you are executing, then this command you are executing, then this command you are executing. Basically, you will put all these commands together. You will put in one file. Okay, and one by one you will execute those so that we can call it as a bash scripting. Okay, that we could call it as a bash scripting. So bash scripting is kind of the popular, okay, scripting when it comes to server. Okay, bash scripting is what? It's little popular when it comes to the server. So on the server side, we have this bash scripting we use a lot. Okay, and as a dev engineer, you should be knowing, because see, what is the main job role of the dev engineer? That they have to somehow automate everything. Okay, whatever they have, okay, in front of them, they have to automate everything. Now we have a different sets of tool for each task. Okay, for each task we have a different tools. Okay, but by any chance that if any of the tool is not supporting any feature, or we have something the different requirement, okay, in all those cases we have to look again for the bash scripting. Okay, so whatever there is something the extraordinary things we have to achieve, okay, so those things we have to go and do with the bash scripting. That's the reason bash scripting is something we should know. Okay, now it's not necessary that every time you have to use the bash scripting. Okay, but because right now in the market we have so many different tools which can help us, which are helping us to do the task in a better way. Okay, but you can just imagine that when there is something a limitation we have for those tools, when there is a limitation for those tools, then we have to look for the bash scripting. And bash scripting is a very old way with which we can which way which with which we were doing the automation. Okay, so by scripting, you can say like it's probably the first way where we started doing the automation. And in later stages, we have this all the tools, different tools which are helping us for each different work. Okay, so bash scripting is something that you should guys be knowing. Okay, and in most of the cases in JD, okay, that is job description, it is mentioned that bash scripting is one of the required skill. Okay, so that's the reason also you guys should be knowing the bash scripting. Okay, so I hope I have given you enough reasons for you to know why bash scripting is required, right? So wherever we have to achieve something automation, okay, and we have a n number of series of commands that need to be executed one after other. Okay, so there we're gonna use the bash scripting, and we're gonna see some examples also. Okay, but before that, how to write a bash scripting and everything that we will talk about. Okay, so let's get started ahead. Okay, and then we will talk about it. Okay, so here we're talking about the VM setup. Okay, VM is what basically a virtual machine, right? So we required one virtual machine that where we will be basically executing our script and everything. Okay, basically we required some Linux environment. Okay, we required some Linux environment where we can execute the stuff. Okay, so we'll go for that. Okay, before that, anyone has any questions so far? Like somebody's unmuted. Yes. Any questions? Any question, Anthony?
No more, no questions.
Okay.
No more, no more.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So the next thing that we're gonna do, what we're gonna create one server. Okay. Like how we'll be executing our script. So you can just think about that. We will be creating one server. Okay, on EC2 server, basically you guys know, right? AWS EC2 server will be creating. Okay, and here only we'll be executing our scripts. Okay, so basically to execute the bash script, okay, or to execute a bash script, we required one Linux machine. Okay, we required any type of Linux machine we required. Okay, either it could be EC2 server, or you have the Linux operating system installed on your laptop, or with the help of hypervisor you can run any kind of a Linux distribution on top of the Windows machine. Okay, so any of the solution as per your choice, you can go for it. Okay, I'll go with the easiest one. Okay, where we can just have the EC2 server, the T2 micro machine, and we can start practicing the Linux bash scripting. Okay, so all the other solutions are little bit the tedious, I may say. Okay, or here that's the reason I'll go in and choose the easiest one, where I'll have the VM setup, that is virtual machine, can be easily available. So let's go ahead and create one virtual machine. Okay, so for that purpose, I'll just log in to the AWS console. So let me log back in, and here I'll provide the email address. Okay, here I'm having the EC2 machine, and we will create one machine. Okay, so here I'll say launch instance, and let me give some name. Let's say Linux bash script. server. Okay. So I'm just giving a name. Okay. As per your choice, you can just even Linux demo, whatever you want like to give, just give it. All right. Next thing here, I'll choose the Ubuntu as operating system. Okay. So you just need to choose any one of the Linux operating system. Okay. So I'm choosing the Ubuntu here. Then instance type is T2 micro. Great. Then the key pair. Okay. The key pair that we will use is gonna be the Linux OS key. Okay, so we'll use it. This is for login purpose. Okay, but if you want, you can create a new key pair also. All right, so I'm just choosing the existing key pair which I'm having in the downloads folder. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same key pair. All right. So next thing, VPC setting. I'm just keeping as it is. I'm not touching anything, and I'll go ahead and storage 8 GB is enough. Okay, so here we just have to practice the bash scripting, or probably you can say we have to just write some of the text file. So text file are not consuming a lot of space. Okay, so 8 GB is too much for our this particular session, and we can go and say launch instance. So here you can read that successfully initiated the launch of the instance. Okay, so let me go over there, and our machine is in pending state. Let it get in running. All right. Here we have a machine in running state. Okay, so let me simply log into it. Here I'll copy the public IP, and I'll just close existing terminals, and I'll open the new one. Okay, so here I'll open the git bash, and we'll go to my key is in the downloads folder. Okay, so I'll just go inside that, and here I'll say sh-i. You guys know the command, right? So it's a Linux OS command, Linux OS key. This is the key that we are using it for our login purpose. Ubuntu is our username at the public IP. Just say yes. And here we are inside the Linux machine. Okay, here we are inside the Linux machine, and you can start writing all the programming here itself. Okay, it doesn't really matter. So whichever the user you are logged in with, you can start writing the things over there. For just having some extra privileges, I'll just switch myself with the root user. Okay, so you can start with the Ubuntu user. There's no issue with that. Okay, so at this moment I'm logged in with the who am I? I'm logged in with the root user. Okay, great. So now here onwards, I can start writing the script. Okay. Now better what I'll do is I'll just create one folder. Okay, which I can share with you in the later case. So when you guys have to practice the thing by yourself, okay, you will get those all the scripts. And if you by any chance that if you get stuck up at some point, you should be able to refer those scripts. Okay, so for that purpose, what I'll do is I'll just create one folder. Let's say bash scripting, and your batch name is do16. Okay, so I'll just create the folder with this name, and inside this particular folder we'll write all the scripts. Okay, and then once we are done with the session, okay, at the end of the session we'll push this all the script to the GitHub, so that if you guys wish to practice, you should have all the script with you. All right, great. So here inside this folder I'll start typing the script, and we will try to see the how the things like work. Okay, so the very first thing here, if I see, okay, so we are done with the VM setup. Okay, so we have created one EC2 server, and then inside the EC2 server we have logged in successfully. Okay, great. Now next thing is what here we will go in and like basically first setup is exactly the same thing. Okay, like we have logged in there. Okay, and let's go in and write a very simple script. Okay, so that's something we'll do. That we're gonna do what? We're gonna write a very simple script. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Now here, what I'll do is like maybe you guys know that echo is something we use it for printing the message, right? So if I say print the message, okay, and if I just press enter, you guys can see I got some message printed. Okay, so whatever I'm giving it to the echo command, okay, that it's just simply printing it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here now, I'm gonna simply print something. Okay, and that's gonna be the very easy script that we will have as the first script. Okay, so that is what here we will do. Okay, maybe in sample script, that is what we will do. We gonna do is we're gonna create and print a very simple message. Okay, so now you guys can start writing the script anywhere. Okay, like you can choose any ID or you can choose here. You can write the things over here itself. Okay, but as a beginner, the best solution that what I can suggest you, just go with the any notepad or excuse me, yeah. So you can just go with the notepad or you can go with the nano editor also. Okay, at initial stage, okay, at least you guys type
So,
4 to 5. Sorry.
yeah, Amol, we can go through on terminal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So here itself, you can start, writing your script. Okay. So with the nano editor, and that's what my suggestion is that at initial stage, when you are practicing for very first time, just go with the nano editor. Once you are comfortable with all the syntaxes and all, okay, then you can go for the ID. Basically, ID will help you. Okay, ID will help you to suggest some keyword, to find some syntax error, all those things. But as a beginner, you should always go with the notepad first. Okay. Once you're a little bit comfortable there, okay, then just go and then do the things on ID. Then you'll feel that IDs is very easy, okay, to do. So that's what we will also do. So at initial, we'll go in and write the program here itself, okay, with the nano editor. Okay. And here, as for your choice, you can just give any program name. Okay. So maybe here I'll say 01 and here I'll say hello world. Okay. So to just maintain the sequence, I'm just giving the 0102 like that. Okay. Giving the scripting name is just completely your choice. Okay. I'm just saying hello world. Okay. This is our first program. I'll say hello world.sh. Okay. And I will press enter. So now here I can start typing the program. Okay, here I can start typing the program. Here I open the editor, and then let me type something that I'll explain what is this. Okay, but let me first of all type it. So it's it here I have mentioned that is the hash exclamatory mark and then bin bash. Okay, and here I can start typing the program whatever I want. Okay, but this thing that is a bin bash is very important line, guys. Okay. So without that, you cannot write your program. Okay. Like this is the very first line you have to mention. Just excuse me. All right. So here we have this first character that is a hyphens, sorry, the hash exclamatory mark bin bash. Okay. And what is this? Okay. So we called this particular character that is the hash exclamatory mark and then slash bin bash. This is going to be the very first line in each program. Okay, in each bash scripting, this is gonna be the very first line. Okay, now as we are talking here about the bash scripting, okay, as here we are talking about the bash scripting. That's the reason here you will be mentioning the bin bash. Okay, let's suppose by any chance that you are working on the shell scripting. Okay, by any chance that you are working on the shell scripting, then in that case, you're gonna like mention something like this type with hash exclamatory mark bin sh. Okay. So this is the way that you will be mentioning. This is the way you will be mentioning. But what is this? Okay, like you guys understood. If it is bash scripting, then you need to mention this line as a compulsory line. But what is the meaning of it? Okay, so this is we called as actually a shebang character. Okay, in technical words, we call it as a shebang character. Okay, now again, you guys no need to remember it like the shebang and all this stuff. Okay, but yeah, we will call this thing okay as a shebang. Now, what is the meaning of that shebang line? Basically, it is the interpreter. Okay, it is the interpreter. What do you mean by interpreter? Basically here, this is telling that next command, whatever we are executing, okay, whatever the commands here. So here onwards, we will be start writing the commands. Okay, different commands we will be writing. Okay, so what is that language we have to use? Okay, what is that language we have to use? So that is basically interpreted by here. Okay, so at this location, that is a slash bin slash bash. Okay, so this is a location where we have that the like which command line to be choose. So which command we are using. So that is the bash commands we are choosing. Okay, so it's like it is telling us now we have a different interference in a overall one Linux machine. Okay, so bash is one. Okay, sh is one. Then so if you guys are aware, if you have used a Mac operating system, so there we have something called as ZSH. Okay, apart from that, we can have the dash. Okay, so we have a different interference languages. Okay, within the, or you can just say the shell types. We have different types of the shell type. So among them, which one we have to choose? So that is what here we are telling. Okay, that is the we are interested to use the bash scripting. That is the so this is the particular program. Okay, this is the particular program that you take for execution of the next command. So this is what we are saying here. So this is the hash. Okay, exclamation mark slash bin bash. This is interpreting that the next command that whatever we have to use. So those are supposed to take the help of this particular program to execute the lines. Okay, so this is how this is how it's gonna take. Okay, so that is what the shebang character we have to mention in each and every single uh, program. Okay, so whenever you will be starting writing the program, okay, so just remember, or even you can say, I can say like just mug up, okay, this particular line that, or it is there is no need as it. Okay, over a period of time, if you just write the n number of scripts, okay, you will be able to remember. So this is like a hash exclamation mark slash bin bash. Okay, so this particular interpreter we need to mention. Okay, and sometimes you may get the inter question on this that what is the shebang character. So this is what the shebang character is. Okay, and how you can explain that one. So you can say that this is the interpreter which is telling our script which program that it has to use for the execution of the script. And here in our case, if we are saying that bin bash means it's gonna take the bash as the scripting to execute. Okay, so this is what here you have to explain. Okay, so great. So this is what here we have, and then the next thing. Okay, the next thing. So any doubts here at this point in a shebang character? Did you guys get any questions we have here at this point? Any questions, guys? No questions? All good, right? All right. So the next thing that here we can, so you can just think about like this is the compulsory line in each of the scripting we have to mention. And the next line where we have to mention something like a whichever the command say Linux command you guys know. Okay, you can just put it. So I'm just saying echo hello world. Okay, you might be knowing that in most of languages, the very first program that we start is like printing with the hello world. So same thing here we are doing. So we are interested here to just simply just mention that particular command. Okay, so great. So I'm done writing. Okay, I'm done writing. Okay, and I'll just save it. Okay, so I'll say Control O, press enter. Okay, and Control X to get out of the editor. So this is how we have written the script. Okay, one more thing here you need to mention. Okay, or one more thing here you guys need to keep in your mind that the bash scripting is having the extension as the .sh. Okay, so whenever you are giving the .sh extension, so that will be considered as your scripts. Okay, so please keep this in your mind. Like what is meant by extension? Like the text file is having the .txt as an extension, right? So or let's say for video file will be the having the extension that is MP4, right? Something like that. Here we have the scripting that is having the extension is the .sh. Okay, now this is that the operating system will be able to recognize this is like a script. Okay, why we have to put the .sh? Basically, that operating system will be able to recognize this whatever we have as a script, and that's the reason we have to put the whenever you are writing any scripting. Okay, so in all the cases we will have as the .sh as an extension. Okay, great. So here you are done writing with the nano editor, and if I show you cat command 01, okay, you can see that we are done writing the script over here. Okay, great. So this is what we have done so far. And now it's time to execute the script. Okay, it's time to execute the script. So what I'll do is I'll just, go in and execute the script like this way. I'll say dot. Okay, basically the script is here itself. Okay, the script is here itself. So within the same directory, I would like to just go in and then execute this particular script. Okay, so here I'll say hello world dot sh. Okay, so this is a particular script name. So here I put it, okay, /01 hello world dot sh. Okay, and then I'll press enter here. Let's see what happened. Okay, I'll just press enter here, and here you can see I got some error. Okay, I got some error saying that permission denied. Okay, I got some error saying that permission denied. Now, now here at this point, okay, uh, can you guys tell me what is the issue here and how we can resolve it? Anyone?
We need to give the permission chmod
Okay,
execute
chmod and
execute
which
permission
permission we're looking for?
execute permission.
Exactly, correct. Like this is what we have seen something when at the time of Linux also. So if I do the ls-l, okay, you guys will see that for this particular script, that is the 01 hello world.sh, okay, you will notice that we have the read and write the execution command we have. Okay, sorry, the read and write permission we have. But here the third character which is missing, that is a read, write, and X. X is for the execute. So X is something missing we have here, and then that's the reason. That's the reason we not able to run this particular script. Okay, and then permission denied is error is coming to us. Okay, and how we can resolve that one? So basically, we need to give the extra permission. Okay, we need to give the extra permission. And then I hope you guys know this, right? So it's a read and write means what we have is existing permission like this way. That is read and write is 6. Read is 4, write is 2. Okay, 4 plus 2 is 6. Then we have a read. Okay, and then we have a read again. So it's a 4, 4. So it is a 644 is what existing permission we have. And then we want the next permission we want. Like what we would like to have is it's gonna be the read write X means what? It's a 4, 2, and 1. Okay, it's a 7, and then the next is a read and a read. Okay, so it's like 7, 4, 4. So these are the permission we would like to have it. Okay, so maybe this might be the enough for us. So that's and then we know the command. It's a chmod, right? Chmod is the command with which we can give it. So there is one alternative. Okay, there is one alternative, but let's go with the basics, how we can change the permission. For the next script, I'll tell you the alternative. So here, this is what the next permission we would like to have it, and chmod is the command. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so what we will do is here I'll say chmod. Okay, and then here we will execute that command, that is the chmod, and then 744 is a new command that we're giving in 01. So let me press enter here, and if I do the ls now, okay, you will notice, or ls-l now, okay, you will notice that earlier it was just written as like in a white word, right? But now the same thing is got converted into the green color, and because Ubuntu is recognizing its all the scripts in the green color, that's the reason. Here you can see, and one of the best thing is what here you can see now the execute access, because here we have given the execute access. Here the color has been changed, and then that's how the Ubuntu operating system recognize the bash scripting. Okay, so depending on which operating system you're using. So for other operating system, you might not see in all the things in a green color. Okay, but for Ubuntu, yes, you can see. Great. Now here at this point, you can see that we have the execute access, which is for this particular operating system. And now here at this point, you can start executing the script. Okay, like this way, 01 hello world. Okay, and then you can just press enter. At this point, if I just press enter, you can see we successfully able to print the desired message. Okay, we successfully able to print the desired message, and yes, so great. So we able to successfully print the message, and hello world is something we have printed as per our script, right? So if I show you the one more time script, okay, so what has happened exactly? Okay, let's try to understand. So here I have executed a script. Okay. Here the first interpreter is what I'm having the bash. Okay. So it has assumed, okay, this is the bash scripting, and we have to use the bash as an interpreter for this interpreting the script. Means line by line you have to execute the script. Okay, the commands. And very first command here we have echo hello world. Okay, so this command executed, and this command has some output. Okay, this command had some output, right? So that's the reason here this got printed. Okay, and we do mention the echo at a various places. Okay, for understanding what is the how our execution of the script is happening. Okay, let's say we are printing something. Okay, so let's say we are done with some task. Okay, so we should put that, we are done with this task, we are done with this task. Okay, and in various cases, we may find a lot of problems in the script. Okay, how you can troubleshoot? How can troubleshoot? Because if you're not able to understand at which particular line your script is going and getting stuck, okay. So if everything is good, till what point your script execution is happening, if you want to understand. So in various cases, we do mention this echo command. Okay, so echo command is a very useful command that we have, and that will simply print the whatever you are giving it. Okay, so let me tell you example. Okay, let me tell you example that, let's say here I'm gonna create any, no, here what I'm saying is like all the Linux command that you can just put it, right? So maybe what you'll say is, I'll just write one more script. Okay, I'll just write one more script, and for that script I'll give the name as 02. Okay, 02, and here I'll say the dir uh, or I'll say make, or I'll say dir creation. Okay, a very simple script again. Okay, and then here I'm giving the extension again .sh. Okay, so just imagine that we are creating one script where we have to create three of the directories at various paths. Okay, like different paths we have, and we just want to have those all the directories. Okay, so I'll just open the nano editor, and here as usual I can start typing the script like hash exclamatory mark slash bin bash. Okay, and then here I can start, let's say mkdir is something I'm mentioning, and on slash root. Okay, on slash root I would like to have, let's say, one folder that is for test purpose. Okay, so I'll say test. So this is what we are doing. Okay, let's say I would like to have one more folder that is on the slash home slash ubuntu. Okay, under that you would like to have as test one. Okay, so we'd like to have this whole two directories, we would like to have it. Okay, also you are interested to create one of the points. Okay, any under any path. Okay, so let's say touch and you will put it, let's say /home/12/test1. So under this particular directory, you would like to have as file1.txt. Okay. So here you are executing the n number of script. Okay, n number of commands that you execute, and you can just go on. Okay, you can just go on. But let's say at which particular script you have reached, okay, or what is the execution now. If I just show you, okay, if I just show you that if I just go and execute simply this script, okay, what will happen? This all the script will get executed, but I'll not get any message printed as such. Okay, and to just have the understanding whether my script got executed or not. Okay, sometime maybe at last I'll say echo the script execution is done. Okay, so something like that. Okay, now what this is indicating, basically, if I reach to this particular line, okay, if I reach to this particular line, because in a bash scripting, the line by line the code execution will happen. Okay, that's the reason it is also called as a interpreted based language. Okay, it is called as what? The bash scripting is considered as interpreted Python. So Python bash scripting is considered as a interpreted based language. And here at this point, you can see that these are the command execution will happen one by one. Okay, so one after you should get the script execution is done. Is this something the message you should get? Okay. Press enter and Control X to get out of it. Okay. And if I check cat 02, so this is what the script look like. Okay. And here at this point, you guys know that if I just go and execute the script, okay, you know that I don't have the execute access. I don't have the execute access. Now I have already told you, right? So chmod is the command with which you should be able to get it. So chmod, just say 744, this particular file name, that is 02, and that's how you should be able to give the access. In my case, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll tell you the other way, like how you can give the access also. So chmod, I'll say +x. Okay, so you can also say the execute access. Okay, you can just give the execute access, and you can like do it this way. Okay, now what's gonna happen here? You're giving the execute access. Okay, so this is the +x. X means what? It's execute. Okay, plus means what? It's execute. So here for all, so this is a user, this is a group, and for others, all the people should get the execute access. Okay, so let me press enter, and if I do the ls-l now, you will notice that we have given the execute access for all. Okay, so this is the other way. Okay, this is the other way to give the execute access to your script. Okay, but if you ask me which is a better way, can anyone tell me which is a better way? That here at this point,
chmod.
the first one, right? Like with the numbers, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
If we give in the second command, it gives permission to all the users, like group users, and for everyone the access was provided. In the first one, only for the restricted users we can give the access.
Exactly, right? So when you're giving the chmod and then with some number you're giving, okay, so you have a more control over to which like user or group or for other people you're interested to give the access or not. Okay, so here you may use this command for practice purpose. Okay, but obviously in the production use cases or real-time scenarios, you're not going to use this particular command. Okay, I hope you guys understood the reason why. Because let's say tomorrow anyone, okay, other means what? Anyone, okay, whoever has the access for this particular server, anyone just log into the system, and if he just go to this particular path, he will have the access to execute the script. Okay, and in real time we don't want that. Okay, in real time we don't want that, so probably you might avoid to execute this command in real time, but yes, for practice purpose definitely you can use it. So maybe the for not, if you don't want to think about 744 and all those numbers, then maybe you can just go, but in real time obviously we'll be using the first one. Okay, so but great, yes, we have given the execute access. Any question, guys? No question, right?
Each and every time we need to give the permission for the execute for each and every script we run. Can't we directly give execute permission when we create the file?
You mean to say, like, first of all, create a file, then give the permission, then write the script? Is that you're saying?
No.
So, sorry, didn't get you.
Whenever we create a file, each and every time, does we need to give the execute access for that file? Then only we can.
Yes. Every single time you have to give it. So by default, we don't get the execute access for any file. So every single time, whenever you are writing new script, okay. So all the time you have to give the execute access. Without that, you cannot run your script. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here you can see that 02 is what here we have a script, and now we are in good position to run this particular script. Okay. So here I'll say /02, and I will just press tab. So it got auto completed. So if it is script, then only it will get auto completed. Okay. Like when we have the execute permission. Okay. When we have the execute permission, then only you can see that auto completion is happened. Okay. Great. Now here I'll go ahead and execute this particular script. So let me press enter. And you know that the mkdir command and touch command, they don't have the output. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. They don't have the output, and then you will find that a lot of commands, we don't have output, right? So at some of the cases, okay, we should be mentioning the echo command also. So for this is just for visibility. Okay, for our visibility, that now here I can see that script execution is done. What does it mean? That I am able to, okay, reach to the last line. Okay, and I know that last line is what something I mentioned as script execution done. So this is telling me that I have reached to that line. So here at this point, okay, here at this point, if I show you the script one more time, what we have done is we're supposed to get one folder at the root directory. We're supposed to get one folder, and then we are supposed to get one file, right? So let's go and confirm it. I'll go first of all to /root. Okay, and here if I do ls, okay, you can see the test folder, test directory we have created, and one more folder we have created at a /home/ubuntu location. And if I do ls here, you can see the test1 directory we have it. Okay, so and if I just go inside this test1, you can see that we have the file1.txt file also is there. Okay, great. So this is the way that you can just create a different files and folders with the help of the bash scripting. So you may have to create, let's say, log directories and then a lot of folder and files. Okay, you can create, and if you wish to give any access, such as let's say file1.txt, you wish to have the read write access, you can give those through the script itself. Okay, through the script itself. But one thing you need to understand that whichever the user is executing that script. Okay, right now I'm executing as a root user. So that root user should have the privileges. Now, obviously, root user is having the privilege, but let's suppose any user, you yourself have created, let's say, a mole user, and then with that user, you are trying to create, let's say, directories. Okay, and if you are not allowed to create any directories at one of others, like here, a root user has created the directory under the /home/ubuntu, because root is the super user we have. But let's say a mole is some user we have created, and Amol is trying to create the directory under the Ubuntu. Then probably if you don't have the access, then we won't be able to do it with that script also. Okay, great. So now here at this point, I'll just go back to /root location, and here I'll go inside the bash scripting. So these are the two simple scripts we have executed so far. Okay, so hello world and then maybe here we have created some folder. So this is what the simple script we have executed. So any questions so far, guys? You have anything at this point? Anything you have question here? Like how question from the start only, like maybe we have done the setup, then we have executed sample script. So any questions you have? Am I audible to you? Perfect. I'm getting some warning
Yes,
about the
yes,
internet.
you're audible.
At times, your the voice is breaking. I mean,
How is it?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so let me know like any question you have at this point, guys. Anything you would like to ask? All good, right? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. All right. So yeah, so the next thing that we will be starting with the variables. Okay, just give me one second and we'll start again. Okay, so the next thing that we have to understand here is about the variables. Okay, so in a bash scripting, okay, declaring the variable is quite a very easy, you can say, okay, because we don't have to put any extra efforts in understanding the type of the variable or declaration of the variable. Okay, so it's a very straightforward. Okay, like here how it is straightforward, like you just go and say, okay, the way we say here, let's say a is equal to 10. You say a is equal to 10. Okay, now what is this? So a is what? A is the variable name. Okay, a is the variable name, and 10 is something the value you're assigning it to the a variable. Okay, now first in first place, like why we require the variables? Okay, in first place, why we require the variables? So basically, we require the variables to change the value dynamically, or like we may have to pass the values, or in a programming when we have to use the reusability. Okay, so we might be interested to pass different arguments. So there are so many use cases. We have a variables. Okay, and variable is very important thing in for any language. Okay, like scripting, any other scripting also it is very important. So variable is basically some name or something that you are assigning. Okay, so here in this case, if I say a is equal to 10, okay, so I can say that we are assigning value 10 to the a. Okay, so that is something here we are doing. Okay, so if I say a is equal to 10 and if I press enter, you see that we have executed this command, right? And if I say echo dollar, okay, now we are interested to access that variable. We're interested to access that variable. How we can access it? So you can just say echo dollar a. Okay, so dollar a is basically gonna refer the value of this particular variable. Okay, so whenever we are putting the dollar sign in front of any variable name, okay, whenever we are putting the dollar sign in front of any variable, so here you can say the echo dollar a, and then you can see that we're getting the result as value 10. Okay, now if I say echo a, okay, if I say echo a, you will notice that we'll get what? We're just, it is simply printing that value. Okay, we are just printing that value. So you need to understand one very small thing, that whenever you're putting the dollar sign, whenever you're putting the value the dollar sign in front of the any variable name, okay, so that is what that basically it's gonna print the assigned value for that variable. It's gonna print the assigned value for that variable. Okay, so let's suppose here if I say echo dollar b. Okay, here I'm doing what? Here I'm doing what? Echo dollar b. Now for this particular variable, we haven't assigned any value, right? We haven't assigned any value. If I just press enter, you will notice that it is just simply printing the blank. Okay, it is not printing the B or something like that. Okay, so there is a difference. The small difference what you need to understand is echo B is different than the echo $B. Whenever you are putting the dollar sign, means what? We are referring the value of it. Okay, we are referring the value of it. And whenever you are just like saying echo the variable name, okay, without that dollar sign, then it's supposed to print the message as it is. Okay, so echo will simply print whatever here you have given. Okay, but dollar sign basically is referring to that particular value. So this is the small thing you need to remember, and that's it. Okay, that's it. So here there is nothing big deal. Okay, the best part of this is what? So echo or this particular variable. Okay, like for other languages such as let's say Java or let's say JavaScript. Okay, you guys need to mention the what kind of variable it is. Okay, like whether it is int we have what is int? It is an integer. Okay, so here when I say a is equal to 10. So this is the integer variable that we have. Okay. Or let's say if I say b is equal to 5.5. Okay, so here I have assigned the value that is 5.5. And if I say echo dollar b, okay, so you can see that we have successfully printed the 5.5. So it itself understand that this is a float value. Okay, this is a float value. So whenever it is an integer, it understand that it's an integer. Whenever we are passing the float value, it understand this is a float value. So this is what here we don't have to declare the things we don't have to declare it that this is integer, this is float. Okay, we don't have to declare. It understand this thing that by itself. Okay, dynamically it understand that, and that's the best part about the bash scripting. Okay, and then same behavior you should get it in the Python also. Okay, so it's a very similar like both are the interpreted languages and there is very similarity you have. Okay, so and that's the best part, right? So let's say, and then this is not just okay like here integer or not just for float. Okay, you can just apply this thing for the string also. Now, how you can apply this for string? So let's say for any variable, let's say I'm just like declaring variable name is equal to and string we need to pass it via some quotes. Okay, some double quotes. Okay, so the string we need to pass it via some double quotes. So here you can say a variable name, and here I can like pass it like this way, hello word, something like that. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that this is the one variable name I'm having. Okay, and this is the other string I'm just like constraint. Okay, now make sure one thing is you guys also has to remember, and then people do a lot of mistake here. Okay, so whenever you are writing any bash script, okay, and in a assignment of any variable, you need to keep in mind that after is equal to and then like before is equal to, we don't keep any space. Okay, we don't keep any space, so it's like a joint thing. Okay, a is equal to 10 means there is no space we have put it. Okay, and same thing here for variable name also. So if I just like do it this way, okay, so this gonna cause me error. This is gonna cause me error because it has some different meaning altogether. So always keep in mind. Okay, or in fact this is not, sorry, this is not also allowed. Okay, maybe this looks very nice. Okay, this looks very nice that from here to here we have kept the spaces. Okay, one space here from and one space here. But in Linux scripting, this is not allowed. Okay, this is not allowed. So always keep in mind that you don't have to keep any space from here also. Okay, and from here also. So always remember this thing. So what I'm saying is that variable name is equal to, we are assigning some string value to it. Okay, we are assigning some string value to it. So let me press enter here. And now if I have to access that particular variable name, so how I can do it? So echo dollar variable name, right? Is this something that what I can say? Correct, guys? Echo dollar variable name is something what I can say, and I can press enter. And here you can see that hello world got printed. Okay, basically echo is like just printing the whatever the value we have assigned for this particular variable. So that is something, that's something you guys can do it. That's something you guys can do it. So any question guys you have here at this point? Any question guys?
No, no,
All good, right?
all good.
Okay, great. So I'd like to take few more examples, okay, and then we'll talk about via script also. But let me take few more examples. Let's say you're interested to print any output, okay. So let's say date is something which is giving us the output as this one, okay. Now what happened, like whenever we are executing the script, okay, whenever you are executing the script, so we are also interested to see, what happened, like we were most of time in reality, in real time, what happens sometimes we are executing the script and that script output is printing, okay, the script output is also printing at some logs and all. We can do it that way. I'll show you that how we can do it. But what I'm saying here is that we can have a number of cases where we are interested to see at what time the execution of the script is done. So date is something the command which is telling us, right now, like this is today's date and this is what today's time. Okay, now this is as per UTC, but fine. Okay, I'm having some time and as per this time, okay, my script execution is going on. Okay, so maybe I can just mention the date word. Okay, within the script, I can just mention the date word, or if you are interested to store the value of this date in any variable and for any other use purpose, let's say this is what this is telling me, this is a Saturday, this is today's date, okay, this is what current time I'm having. By any chance that you are interested to use this value, okay, within your script, so you may do it, okay. So maybe how you can do it, so you can like keep it, let's say current date is something that variable you're storing, okay. So you can just do it like this way. And now let's say if I just do it this way, that is date, okay, what will happen, that it's gonna store the date as a, so now date is what, date will be considered as a string, okay, date will be considered what, string. Now that is not you want, right? What you want, you would like to have the value of the date, okay, like here this command is producing some output, okay, this command is producing some output and you want that output, okay, to be stored as a current date, okay. And then how you can do that one, so you need to give some the dollar sign, sorry, you need to give some dollar sign, and basically here you also need to give some the brackets. So this is the way that you will be doing, okay, this is the way you will be doing. And then you will come to know more when we'll talk about something, the arithmetic operations, okay. So at that time we'll talk about it, but here at this point just see the current date is equal to, we're saying it's like a date, okay. Now what will happen, okay, what will happen, so this is like a command, and whenever you have some command, okay, whenever you have some command, so always remember, like you, and then if you are interested to store the output of the command in any variable, okay, so this is the way you will be doing, okay, this is the way you will be doing. What you will be doing, you're gonna put bracket around your command and just assign the dollar sign outside, okay. So value of this particular command will get assigned to this variable, and let me show you, okay. So here I'll say current date is equal to just this particular command, and at this point if I say echo dollar current date, okay, if I just execute, okay, you will notice that the output of this particular command got stored in this particular variable, okay, and that is what here we can print it, okay, that is what here we can print it. So this is what we can substitute, okay, we can do the substitution, okay, of the command, and then maybe in a lot of cases you might be interested to do it, okay, like ls minus l, or a lot of cases you would like to print the lot of things. So here when you want the value, okay, when you want the value, what is the value of the command that you would like to store in any variable, so this is the way you do it, okay. You just say variable name is equal to, and then put a bracket outside your command, and then also say the dollar sign, okay. So this like command will get executed and then the value will get assigned here, okay, and then you're saying echo current date, okay. So that's how you successfully able to print. Now this is like a text. Okay, this is like a you have as a string. Okay, this thing is like a string, and in that output here you can see it. Okay, so this is the way that you can do it. This is the way that you can store your values and you can use it. So yeah, that is what here you need to understand. So any question guys you have here at this point? Anyone? Anyone has any questions? All good guys? Everything is good, right?
Yeah. Everything is good.
Yes.
Okay, great, nice. All right. So the next thing that we have to talk about is, okay, before that we have to talk about command line argument, and we'll also discuss about the scope of the variables. Okay, so that's something we'll discuss. So let's discuss that after a break. Okay, we'll take one small break. We'll talk about the variables. Okay, and the next thing that we have to talk about the command line arguments. Okay, so command line argument is something. Okay, so just imagine that you're running any script. Okay, and it may happen that while executing the script, you want to pass few of the arguments as per the requirement. Okay, what I'm saying is that let's assume, okay, that you are running any kind of a script. Okay, and while executing the script, okay, while executing the script, or the parameters that you need to pass are some of those are not something like a fixed thing. Okay, it may vary depending on situation to situation. So you cannot hard code the things like inside your script. Okay, like here, let's say we were executing some of the script, right? So we can write some script. Okay, we can pass some value, and then we can print it. Okay, whatever we want to use, we can utilize within the script. But just imagine that we have a different scenario now here, that we have some parameter which are not fixed. Okay, so in that case, when the parameters are not fixed, in that case what we do is we need to pass. Okay, just assume that we know the parameter while executing, we know, but before than that we don't know. Okay, so maybe in that case we could use something called as command line argument. Okay, we can use something like a command line argument. And command line argument are basically, okay, command line arguments are basically that those are depending on the positional argument. Okay, so what happened that whenever we are executing any script, okay, whenever we are executing any script, so we run the script like this way. Let's say here we have something like a command line argument dot sh. Okay, this is the script we are running. Now after that we can mention the arguments parameter. Okay, like this first argument, second argument, third argument. Okay, and they have a value. Okay, they have position, they have some position. And what is that value is? So that value is like, this is the first position, this is second position, this third position, or in fact this is zero position. Okay, this is the script name that what we have. Okay, the script name what we have is the zero position we have. Okay, and we can utilize those variable inside the script. Okay, we can use those as a, we can use those argument within the script. So that is something we can do. Okay, that is something we can do. So let me show you one small example for that. Okay, so what we will do is we'll just create one script here. Okay, I'll give the 03 as a name. Okay, and yeah, I'll say nano 03. Then here we'll give, let's say, command line arguments. Okay, and dot sh. This is what the extension I'm giving. So maybe probably directly giving you the example will give a better idea. Okay, so whatever here I'm trying to explain. Okay, so we'll see some example, and after that you'll get exactly that what here I'm trying to explain. Okay, so this is what the script, I'll open, and then inside that as per normal, like here I'll say bin bash. This is what, this is 7 character. Okay, now inside this one, we can pass any variable. So let's say echo, I'm saying, let's say, the script name. Okay, something like that. I'm just saying script name. And inside that, okay, we are also interested what? We're interested to get the value of the okay, what I can do here is just give 1 second. I can just like do it this way. And here I can pass that is a $0. Okay. Now what is the meaning of that? $0 is basically the script name we have. Okay. Then echo, we can say, let's say first argument, and we can pass it like $1. Okay. Then here I can say echo second argument, and that we can pass it like the second. Okay, this is the way. So this is the way that we can do it. And we can give any name to the script. Okay. Sorry, we have already given, right? So some command line argument. Okay. And let me save it. Okay, let me so at this point, just don't think much about this. Okay, what is this? You will come to know in like within 1 minute. Let me just save this particular script. I'll say Control O, press enter, and Control X to get out of it. And here I'll also give the command that is a execution permission. Okay, so for practice purpose, I'm just giving SageMod plus X 03, and this is what the permission I have given. Okay, so if I do ls-l, you can see this is a command line argument that permission we have available. Okay, great. Now here I'll go and try to execute this particular script. It is 03. Okay, and I just want to give some argument here. Okay, so what I said is this is 0th position. Okay, after that I'll have the first position, then second position, the third position, right? So within the script, what I have written is, okay, within the script, what I have written is, so we are basically printing the $0, okay, $1, $2. Okay, let's say if I just run the script right now in a straight way, okay, I'm not passing any argument. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so you can see here that script name is something, okay, that is in the 0th position, right? So whatever here I have written, okay, that is exactly nothing but it's a 0th position, and you can see the script name here we have got it. Okay, like whatever here we have written, that is the 0th position here. And first and the second argument we haven't passed. That's the reason those are like a blank one. Okay, so here I'll do what? Let's say the first argument and second argument. Okay, so something like that we're just saying, and I will press enter at this point. And here you can see that script name got printed, the first argument got printed, and the second argument got printed, right? So did you get, guys, like here these are the arguments we have. Okay, these are the arguments we have, and this is like a command. Okay, so whatever the arguments here you are passing, okay, whatever the arguments here we are passing, so those arguments got filled up here within the script, and you may utilize it for various purposes. Okay, you may utilize for a various purposes depending on what condition you have. Okay, so this is something you can do it while executing. So you can just think about anything is dynamic. Okay, anything is there that is like a dynamic. So that dynamic thing you can like consider is as like an argument. Okay, and then that argument you can pass it over here. Okay, and that will get substituted here, and that's how your that's how your particular script will get executed. Okay, what I mean to see here is that every single time whenever I'm using this $1, whenever I'm using this $1 value, so $1 is nothing but whichever the argument here we have passed it. Okay, so whichever the argument here we are passing, that particular value is getting filled up over here. Sorry, here. Okay, $2 is nothing but this is the one. Okay, and like this, how many arguments we can do it? Like that, how many arguments we can do it? So we can go up to 9 variables. Okay, we can go up to 9 variables. So here I can use almost $9. Okay, so after that, this is first, second, third, like that, we can go up to 9 arguments, and those 9 arguments we can fill up over here. So this is a way that we can pass the argument, and this is we called as a command line argument, or you can also say the positional argument. Why positional? Because based on position, okay, this is the first position, the second position, okay, we can use those argument. So this is the way that you can use it. Okay, this is the way you can use it. So any question, guys, you have? Any question you have? Is it good, guys? Anything is not. Sorry.
One question. If you write ls-l inside .sh file, it will just print the, once you execute, it will print the files, right? Or will it work?
Yes, so like if you just say ls-l, okay, whatever here you see, okay, whatever here you see, so that thing is basically will get printed. Okay, so here you can see like something like a total 12, then in fact everything, okay, everything, like it's like a, so whichever the command has the output.
Okay, I'm asking, say,
Sorry, your voice is breaking, I believe.
sh file. If I
Ranjit,
run .sh file, I will get the.
can you come again? Sorry, I missed your voice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Please come
If
again.
you give this ls space -l inside .sh file, and if you run that sh file, then I will get the output as, right?
Exactly, yes. I'll get. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So let's say by any chance that you are interested, you are creating any file at particular location, and you are also interested whether whatever the files you have created is this present or not. Okay, or at that particular location does the file exist or not, or it may be the normal requirement. Okay, in real time also. So we do that one. Okay. So what it at which path I am at this moment? So I'm at the /root/bash scripting like do60. Okay, this is the path I'm at. Okay, what I'll do is, let's say here I'll create I'll just modify the 0 to this one. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, no, but let's not touch it. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just create, let's say I'll create fourth one. Okay, so here I'll say nano 04, and here I'll say command output .sh. Okay, so that's something here we are interested to, and then I'll just copy this particular path. Okay, so because we are interested to see what is, whether directory is available or not. Okay, so here I'll say bin bash, and then inside that, okay, we are interested to see the ls-l, but at which location? That particular location. Okay, so here you can do it like two ways. One is like you can say cd, you can just go to that particular path and just do it, or you can also do it like this way. That is a ls-l at that location. Let's see. Yeah, I'll say chmod plus x and 04. Okay, and let's execute it. Let's try it. Okay, so here I'll say 04 cannot access. Why?
I think you missed the 6D016 inside
I
the
did.
file.
Okay. Yeah, I think yes. That is what no such directory or file is what error I got it. Yeah, correct. There's some typo error. So while maybe saving, I did some mistake. So it's a do16 is something the folder name we have. Okay. And let's do it. Yeah, here you can see the what I've said is just ls-l. So what I can see the execution, the command output, that what we can see here. Correct. So this was your query, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So like this way, thanks for asking this query. Okay, why? Because here, what I also want to show you that this is not just for ls-l. Okay, it is not about ls-l, but it is about that every command that whatever you are executing inside your bash script. Okay, so that bash script output basically will get printed. Okay, so that is what here is happening. So in a 04 file, when you see that you have just executed ls-l for this particular directory, okay, so on that particular directory, this is what the output here you can see. Okay, so if you are executing any command and for that you don't have any output, so basically that will not get printed. But if there is any output, then this will get printed. Okay, so that is something you can do. Okay,
Yeah,
so
one more question, Amol. Think that I need to write this output to some other file. I can use that double greater than, right, and the file name
yes,
after
yes,
this.
correct. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So here the question is that his question is like he would like to store this particular output at one of the file. Okay, how we can do it? So let's say I'll just modify the existing script. Okay, and then maybe what we can do is here we can either you can create one directory or file. Okay, rather, so which will store the output. Let's say we're interested to store output, and then at which location. So you are interested to store at root location. Okay, so let's say here I'm saying output dot txt. Okay, so basically output of this file, okay, output from this file will get stored at this location. So under the slash root, here we are creating one output.txt file, and under that it's supposed to store it. Now here in this case, just remember, okay, here in this case we will not get the output. Okay, it's not gonna print the output. It's gonna simply like forward whatever the output we're getting. Okay, it is gonna take that output that will act as an input for this particular file. Okay, so basically the output of this particular command, okay, is forwarded to this particular file. This is what is happening here, and let me store or let me save this script. Okay, I'll say Control O, press enter, Control X, and now I'll go ahead and execute this command again. Okay, that is I'll execute this script again, and this time you can see that we haven't got the output. Correct, like right last time I executed this particular script, and at that time I got the output, but here in this case you can see that we didn't got. Okay, and where is output? So basically under the slash root location we have created this output.txt, and if I check cat output.txt, if I do, okay, you will notice that we have forwarded that output to the one of the file. Okay, we have forwarded the output to the one of the file. So that's something you guys can keep it in your mind. Okay, so is that clear, right? Any question? Anything you guys have any question at this point? Did you just understood like what we have done? Any question here at this point, guys, you have? All good, right?
Yes, I'm all good.
Okay, great. So this is what we have done so far. Is this basically we have forwarded the output. Great. Now the next thing is I'll go here, and here we are writing the command, and we were talking about the command line arguments. Okay, so let's see one more example. Okay, now I cannot go with the higher example. Okay, maybe upcoming scripts. Okay, like once we learn the little bit if else and all those things. Okay, then maybe that would be the good time to take little good examples. At this point, I would like to take a very small example. Okay, let's say we'll go and then we'll take very small example for again on the command line arguments only. Okay, again on the command line arguments only. So here at this point you guys see that I hope you understood that how we are doing it. Basically the 0th position, first position, second position is getting filled up here, and accordingly we are doing the work. Okay, let me take any practical example like how you can utilize those things. Okay, so just assume that you are interested to write any script which supposed to add a user. Okay, we're supposed to add a user, or let's say the batch of 2 to 3 users you would like to do it together. Okay, now and then this user that which you wish to add is something is not again repetitively is going to be the same one, right? It's changing all the time. So maybe what you'll do is you'll simply run one script. Okay, you'll simply run one script, and with the help of the script you're passing those argument, and then like you will adding the user. Okay, just imagine something like a scenario we have. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna create one more script with the 05. Okay, and I'll give the name, let's say we're adding the user. Okay, now what is the command we have here for adding the user in the case of the uh, Ubuntu? Can anyone remember that? What is the command? We have it. Anyone, guys? Can anyone just tell me? Command to add the user inside the Ubuntu machine. We have done this one.
Add user.
Add user. Are you sure? Add user is something. Okay, add user is there for another Linux flavor. Okay, for Ubuntu, it is the user add. Okay, I'll tell you the command. Okay, so command goes like this way. That is something the user add. Okay, then we have the we also pass one -m option. Okay, basically -m option to create the directory, home directory, if you remember. Okay, then which shell type you would like to give assign to for your user? You may say the bin bash. Okay, so bash scripting is what that user will also, the bash command will be used by that user, and then here we pass the username. Okay, here the whatever the user you would like to pass. Okay, so that we pass it here. Okay, do you guys remember this command? We have used it. Okay, maybe while learning the kit. Okay, I shown you this command, and again in the Linux also we have learned this command. Okay, so user add -m option to create a home directory, choose the shell type and username, right? So this is what the command here we have. Now what we will do is we'll write one script in such a way that this position will get filled by the arguments. Okay, this position will get filled by the arguments. Okay, so let's do it that way. So what I'll do is here I'll say user add. Okay, .sh is something that I'm giving the script name, and as usual the shebang character I'll provide it first. Okay, the next thing is what here you will say the user add, and then we will pass the that argument. Okay, user -m, and then what we have is the -s / bin bash. Okay, and after that we're supposed to pass the username. So here maybe I'll say what? I'll say $1. Okay, now what is the meaning of it? That basically we will be passing this value from the positional argument. Okay, so that's something here we'll do it. Okay, and let me copy it again, and here I'll pass it. So oh, yeah, and I'll do it, let's say for 5 users we'll do it. Okay, all right, and then here I can just like do it like this way, $2. Okay, $3, $4, $5. Okay, basically here the values should be coming from outside while executing the script. Okay, and that's what here we'll do. So here I'll say Control O, press enter, Control X. Okay, now this might not be the best way to add a user. Okay, what I'm saying is this might not be the best way to add the users. Probably we should be use here the loop or something like that. Okay, and then we'll see. Okay, we'll see one of the example for that as well. But here at this point, I just wanted to show you one of the use case that you can have it. Okay, like better if you practice it one more time, the command line argument, probably the you will get a more clarity around it. That's what here we are doing. Okay, now we are interested to execute this script, so I'll say chmod +X, and what is the script name? It is 05. Okay, user add, and if I do ls-n, you can see we have got the execute access, and now it's time to run the script. Okay, 05, and here we will be passing those arguments. Okay, like 1 2 3 like that. Okay, so maybe the users you wish to add, let's say Amol, Okay, you have to pass the 5 users. Okay, Amol, then Tom, Jerry. Okay, I need 2 more. So I'll take the names from here itself. Okay, one is I'm taking Mangala, and I'm taking one more username as, let's say, money. Okay, so I'm taking these are the names I'm taking. Okay, now just assume these are the users that we are interested to create. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just executing this script, and this names, okay, these names will get filled up here. So this is the first position, this is the second position, like Tom is second position, Jerry's third position, like that. One by one, the values will get filled up over here. And if I press enter here, you can see we're done execution of the script. Okay, we're done with the execution of the script. And now I should have the users created with this name, that is Amol, Tom, Jerry, and all those. Okay, how I can confirm? Maybe I can just go to cd slash home, or rather I should do it with this way. I can just directly check cat say etc slash passwd. Okay, so I can check it, and here you can see that Amol, Tom, Jerry, Mangala, Mani. Okay, all these users have got added here, right? So and then how those got added? We are passing the user from outside. Okay, so $1, $2, $3, like that. We are passing this command line arguments. Okay, so one by one, the command line arguments are getting filled up here inside the script, and that's how we are adding those users. Okay, so any questions, guys, here at this point? Again, one more example we have seen. Anything you would like to ask? Let me know any questions you have. If no, then we'll move ahead.
Amul, I have doubt.
Yes.
They're passing these users as a global users, or we are passing it in some directory.
No, the users which we have created, okay, those are like a global users, right? Like global users means what? Here each of the user is basically added. Okay, each of the users is basically added inside this machine, and in fact each one has their own directory. Okay, if I just go and show you the home example, okay, so here you can see Amol, Jerry, Bangala, Mani. Okay, so this all the users added, and in fact if you wish to switch any user, okay, so you can just do it sudo su hyphen Amol. If you say, okay, you can see that who am I? So it's a Amol user. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So the way we are doing it with the command, okay, now we have just done it via the script. So that's it. Okay, but all users we have added in one go. Okay. Now next time if you just go to the slash root, and inside that we have the bash scripting. Okay, and here okay, if I just go inside the bash scripting. Okay, and here we have the user ID. Okay, now next time you wish to add a few more users. Okay, how we can do it? Let's say you can just add the other name. Okay, whatever you would like to have, just pass those username space, and like that 5 users you can add it again. Okay, so like that you can just do it, right? So this is what the use case you can have it. Let's say in batch of 5 you would like to just add the users, you can do it like this way. So that is something here we have done so far. Great. Okay. Now the next thing, so whatever is been like given assigned for today, okay, we had already done it, okay, but let's go ahead and try to explore a few of the extra things, okay, and that will be useful for the next time, okay. So we're gonna learn, okay. Now here maybe the very small script we have learned so far, okay. What we will do is we'll try to set up something, okay. We will try to set up something that will be just like will make everything ready for us. Okay, just imagine. Okay, so you can put it this like a real-time scenario also, that we in real time what we require, or what could be the use case we can have. Okay, let's say you are creating any server ready. Okay, just assume that you are creating any server ready. Now whenever you are creating any server ready, okay, what you want, the few of the stuff that you required for your deployment of the application, okay, you might want everything has to be installed, and everything has to be ready available. Okay, so what could be those software? Just imagine that you are using any web server, okay, like a Apache, okay. So you would like to have the Apache installed on this particular machine, okay. So that's something you might be also interested to do. Also, let's say you're deploying some website, so you're downloading the website from particular path, and then you're putting the website at something like a var www HTML location. Okay. So you guys know, right? Like how to do it manually. Okay. So if you know it manually, then what you can do is you can like, put it in a series of the steps. Okay. Like first of all, we have to install Apache, then we have to download the code, then we have to like copy the code for that particular path. Okay. And then whichever the other software you require. Okay. Let's say you require the wget to download the code, or you're required to copy, you're required to zip, unzip, okay, whatever the software you required, you need to have installation of all the softwares within that script itself. Okay, so that's how you're supposed to create. Now, what I'm saying is that maybe doing it for setting up this all the things for the very first time, probably you should be doing it via command line. But let's say if you have to do it again and again for a lot of servers, then probably you should club all those commands and then you should create one script. Okay, so that's something here we're gonna do. Okay, now this is just to give more understanding about the for Linux, the basics, all the way. You should get about the scripting. And in the next next tutorial, like next session that we have tomorrow. Okay, so you will have something the extension of that. Okay, or I think day after, like next to next time, you have one you have to write one script. Okay, that is what something you have as a uh, the task. Okay, so for task, that will be helpful. So let's understand how we can do it. Okay, so what is the problem statement I have here I'm putting out? So we required one software called as Apache 2. Now what is Apache 2? It is a web server. Okay, it is a web server application. What is meant by web server application? So basically here, whenever we have to run the website, so in that case, we require one software to be running, okay, 24/7 on the server, and this is the software, that is a web server. Okay, so the web server, that is Apache, is gonna be running here the 24/7, and on top of that, we will have the website. Okay, on top of that, we will have our website that will be running. Okay, so that is something here we're gonna do. Now I required one website basically. Okay, I required one website here at this point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download the website from like if you just go on online, okay, you can have as many as website, okay. But I would like to automate everything. So that's something here we are looking for. So maybe I'll tell you the resources from where we'll download the website and all. Okay, everything that I'll tell you first, and then we'll do it. Okay. In case of here the website, you might be having the code stored at one particular GitHub location, or you might be having the code stored at your S3 bucket. Okay, you can have the code at various places. Okay, you just need to download the code from that place. Here, as we don't have any developer, okay, we'll take the code from the one of the websites. So you just require any website code. Okay, so you can just go and search the website template, something like that, and you should get it. Okay, you should get it. Like there are so many available on the market. Okay, like free website just for testing purpose you required. Okay, so you don't require it for the real-time use cases. So you can see free CSS, download this many website you have. So you have so many. Okay, now among them, I feel one of the website that I use it for my own cases. Okay, and that is the two plate is something that I use. Okay, so two plate this is one of the website that I use it. Okay, so I can just go to that particular website. It's a two plate. Okay, now it's the same case. Okay, it's none other than like which wanna basically give me some application. Okay, so I'm gonna download this particular website. So you just go and see a free HTML website download. You should get. Okay, and as per your choice, you can download. Okay, here in this case, I'm gonna use this two plate one. Okay, for example purpose. And here you can see like they have so many websites, right? So here the Barista Cafe, the Cool from Pack, whatever it is. Okay, Mini Finance, and there are so many, right? So as per your choice, you can just have anyone. Okay, so let me take anyone here. Okay, so let's say here I'll say clean work. Okay, or anything else. uh okay, let me take anyone, right? Okay, so clean work is something that I'm just considering. for our website. Okay, so I'll just click on that, and we have to download this particular file basically. Okay, we have to download this template, and they should provide me the link. Okay, so here you can see this is what the download option I'm having. So if I have to do it on Windows machine, it's a very easy. Okay, it's a very easy link. Okay, you can just go and say here the download. You can just click on download, and you can see the file has started downloading. Okay, so this cleanwork.zip file is getting downloaded. Now basically you require this zip file particularly on your own Linux machine. Okay, but obviously we don't have any browser there, right? So we don't have any browser, so how we can do it? So there is some issue with this link, I believe. Okay, so if I just copy the link address, let me put it on the notepad. Okay, I'll show you. So if I just copy the link directly, then I can see that. Okay, so this is just a you know the this particular file name. Okay, but it's not a zip file actually. Okay, so if you see that I'm just like downloading the stuff. I'm done with the downloading the in the downloads. I should find. Okay, so this is a zip file I'm having. So this is a zip file, right? But the link which you have it, okay, the link which is having, this is not a complete link. If I just try to copy this one, and if I show you on now how we download the stuff on the on the Linux machine, we have something like a wget. Okay, with the wget, you should be able to do it. If I just paste it, okay, you can see we are downloading something. Okay, and yes, we are done with something downloaded. If I do ls, okay, you can see we have downloaded something. Okay, and if I check what is that, so it is like a file. Okay, it is like file, but no, we don't want this. Okay, we want a zip file. Okay, we want a zip file, and within that zip file we have a stuff. Okay, so this is like a useless thing. Okay, this is like a useless thing, so I'll just remove it to 132 whatever it is. Okay, I'll just remove it. And then how to get the link? Okay, how to get the link? So that's something here I'm trying to find out. Now what we can do, there is one trick. There is one trick we can use it for getting the link for especially for the Linux file. Okay, Linux operating system. What you can do is you can just right click and you can click on the inspect. Okay, now you have clicked on the inspect, and now here we have a lot of resources, right? So what we can do is here we can search for something like a network. Okay, and on network, okay, once I've clicked on network, uh one second. Yeah, here now I've clicked on the network, and then I'll just click on this download button. Okay, I'll just click on this download button. Okay, and now here I should find the zip link. Okay, as soon as I've clicked on, okay, at some point I should get the zip folder, zip file. Okay, let's see. I'm also doing it after a long time. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'll also first of all try. Yeah, here you can see. Okay, now this is a particular link that I'm looking for. Okay, so if you just look at, it's a 2132, where it is 2132. Basically I just need to copy that link. Okay, yeah, here we have. Okay, it's a 2132, and here you can see after clicking on that, okay, you can see that there is something link. Okay, so I'll just copy, and now I'll copy this particular link. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Let me just copy the link. So, or open in the new browser, new tab. Okay, now it's basically downloading. I can get the link. Okay, yeah,
Copy option was there
there was
before
copy.
create cookies.
Yeah, okay, copy link address. Okay, so that's something I'm looking for. Is correct. Okay, let me just check. Is this the correct URL? Yeah, looks like it is correct URL. Or the other way to get this URL is like here. Okay, here you can see the request URL. So let me confirm. This is actually a request URL. Okay, let me confirm. Is the same one? Yeah, it is okay. So I'll repeat the steps, okay, for you, and then we'll tell you like how you can get the URL. And this is like a trick, you can use it. So not all the time you should get the correct link for your Linux. Now for Linux, you are required to have the zip file. For Windows, it's very easy, right? You open the browser, you click on download button, and you got that source file, and that's how you have downloaded. Okay, so here you can see like 4 number of times you have downloaded. Okay, I'll tell you one more time like how you can do it, or let me show it for any other. Okay, for any other, just from the start I'll tell you. Okay, let's suppose here I'm having something like a Mozo in interior. Okay, I'll just click on their website, and here you can see we have some website, and this particular we are interested to download. What you will do here, first of all, you'll just open say inspect. Okay, and then here you need to click on the this network tab. Okay, either if you don't have it, just click on. If you don't have it, then just look at here. Okay, where is your network tab? So just click on the network tab. Once you have clicked the network tab, okay, here it should start showing you the latencies and all. Okay, so these are you don't have to understand this. This is like a for developer. Okay, then here you just need to scroll down, and then here you have to look for the zip file. Now you can't see anything here. Okay, why? Because you haven't clicked on the download. So just click on the downloads one more time, and then you should start seeing here the zip file. Let's see. Okay, if I like just do it like this way. It's not going. Okay, but here you can see this is zip file we have. Okay, so just click on this zip file. Okay, as soon as you click on this zip file, here you have the URL. Okay, here you have the URL. So just copy this URL and paste it in the notepad. So just paste it in a notepad. This is the real source URL. Okay, this is the real source URL of the zip file for that particular file. Okay, so this is a trick, you can use it for now you know the trick, you can use it for any other website also. So sometimes the website will directly give you the link. Okay, like here itself, like whenever you do the copy link address, here itself you get it, but in most of the cases you don't get it. Okay, so that's the reason you can use this trick to do it. Okay, and here you can see now we have the link available. Okay, we have the link available, and what I can do is I can just like copy this one, and just for a testing purpose. Okay, I just wanted to show you the testing purpose. Like you can say wget now, and you can paste it, and now you should get a zip file. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now here in this case you can see we have a zip file. Okay, we have a zip file. Great. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take now we don't have to do it manually. Okay, everything we have to do it via the uh, the script. Okay, everything we have to do it by script. But if we know that how to do it manually, then and then only it will like make more sense for us to write a script. Okay, so maybe for a first time you guys need to do it manually. Okay, just to understand at initial level, this is how you will write the script. Okay, this is how you will write the script. First of all, you will make sure that everything is good via manually. You will understand the things manually, and then only you will make it like all the commands you will put it together, and that is what here you will do, right? So now this is a zip file we have. Okay, this is a zip file we have, and we have to unzip it, right? So what's the command for unzip? You can use something like a unzip. Okay, you can just use it something like a unzip. Now unzip, and then you have this 2133, 2133, whatever it is. Okay, so that's something you will do it. And if I try to do, okay, let's see. Okay, so first of all, what you need to understand here is that we don't have the command. Okay, we don't have the command for the like unzip is not installed. Okay, so command unzip is not found, but it can be installed with this command. Okay, basically we'll require the unzip also. Okay, so great. So that is something here we'll require. We'll require the unzip. So that's what I wanted to show you. Okay, what could be the challenges that you may get. So I hope you guys have understood that even after downloading this stuff with the wget command, Okay, even after downloading this command, it does not guarantee that you can start using that one correctly directly, right? So you required one more tool, that is the unzip tool you required. And then you have to write the script in a such a way that whenever you are writing, okay, or you are making it on any other operating system or anywhere, okay, it's supposed to do all the stuff without any error. Okay, so that is what here you have just now I just wanted to give you that realization that unzip is something not installed on this particular machine. So we need to install it. Now for just demonstration purpose, okay, I'll just install it manually. But obviously in script also we need to mention this particular command, that is the apt install unzip. Okay, so here we are installing the unzip. Okay, and we're done. Okay, we're done. And now we are in good position to use this unzip command. So let me say unzip and that particular file. And yes, we are done with the unzip part. Okay, so if I do the ls now, okay, if I do the ls now, you can see here we have got this particular file. Okay, if I do ls-l, you can see here we have got this directory, and I can go inside this directory 2133. Okay, and then if I do ls here, you can see we have got all the things. Okay, we have got all the things, css, html, index.html, and everything we have. Now basically this particular part, okay, this particular part, this is like my artifact. This is my artifact, and I need to put this artifact on the web server. Okay, I need to put that particular artifact on web server on this particular part, that is the var www.html. Okay, basically we need to have this web server. We need to have to install this Apache web server, and after installation, we need to copy this all the files. We need to copy this all the files on this location. That is the var www.html. Okay, so these are the few steps we have understood now. Okay, now I think the prerequisite is something we have understood well. So let's go and then like club all the commands together. Okay, let's club all these commands together, and then we will go and execute all this step one by one. Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll just like remove this whole thing. Okay, so we don't have to do it like this way, correct? We don't have to do it like this way. So I'll just say rm, okay, rf 2133. And also 2133. Okay, so if I do ls, okay, zip file is something that we are left with. So I'll say rm 21. Okay, and if I do ls, you can see now we have cleaned up everything. And let's write one more script. And then for what purpose we are writing the script? You can say the website setup. Okay, you can say the website setup .sh. Okay, so let me press enter here. And now here one by one we'll be writing the script. Okay, so let me write the shebang character. So here the pin bash is something that as usual I'll write it. Next thing is what? Next thing we have to install few of the stuff, right? So here I'll say sudo apt get update. As usual, first of all I'll say apt get update, and then here I'll say sudo apt get install. Now what we have to install is we have to install something like a Apache 2. Okay, Apache 2 is the very first thing we have to install, correct? Then what else we have to install? Okay, maybe unzip, correct? Unzip is also something we have to install. Okay, anything else we have to install? Probably no at this time. Okay, we don't have answer, but whatever we have to install, just mention all this here. Okay, and also just remember, whenever we are installing anything, okay, it asks us, like, are you sure you want to continue? Okay, are you sure you want to install? And we have to press Y, and that's how we enter. Okay, so but here in this case, when we are executing the script, there is no one to say yes. Okay, and that's the reason we have to give the auto approval. So that's how we can give the auto approval -Y. Okay, so this is the way that we will do it. Okay, great. So apt get updated, basically whichever the packages you have to install, just mention all here, and just press enter. Okay, then press enter. Okay, now next thing is what? So maybe here you are gonna download some of the files, right? You're gonna download some of the files. So better let's have those. Let's create one directory for that. Okay, so all the trash, whatever the things you're downloading, let's create one directory for that. Maybe here you'll say make directory, and let's say under the /root location you will create under the temp folder. Okay, so this is the temporary directory we are creating. Okay, maybe once we are done with the execution, we'll delete this one. Okay, so it's our choice again. Okay, so maybe we are creating one under root with say tmp, that is temp directory. Okay. Also to make sure that, let's say we're done with the execution of this particular command. Now this directory does exist, right? This directory does exist. Next time, if I come here and if I try to run one more time this script, okay, what will happen? That it will throw an error saying that this particular directory does exist. Okay. So what I can use is I can use something that is the -p option. Okay, -p option is what I can use it here. What is the option of this -p? -p is there to tell to this command, that is the mkdir command, okay, that if this particular directory, okay, if this particular directory, that is /root/tmp, if it exists, then just be as it is. Okay, if doesn't exist, then just create it. So that's what this is how I can avoid to get the error. Okay, so I'm saying -p option. What -p will do? If our directory doesn't exist, then it will create it. If it exists, then it's not going to do anything. Okay, so that's what here we are doing. Great. Now what I'll do, I'll just say cd, and then I'll say /root. Okay, I'll say /root/tmp. Okay, basically here we'll just go inside this directory, and whatever you have to execute or whatever you have to download, okay, you can just make it download here. Okay, so here you can say wget, and what you have to download. So you can just download this thing, the Mozo interior, whatever it is. Okay, that website link here you will put it. Okay, now in real time it may be your own code. Okay, so you're taking it from the any server, or basically you're copying it from your S3 bucket. So you have put your files in artifacts in S3 bucket. You might be copying it from the S3 bucket, or you might be have the code on your GitHub location. So you're taking basically code from that place. Okay, so I'm taking it from any different server altogether. Okay, great. So here I'll press enter. Like we will go to new line. So we are doing what? We're basically taking the new code here. Okay. What else here we have to do? Okay, just imagine, just go step by step. Okay, till this, any question, guys, you have? Any question you have? Anything till this point? Anything you want to ask, guys?
Yes, Amol. Sorry, the while command which you have used on the second line, right, in your script. Can you please repeat it? Why we are using that?
Which one? Which command you're talking about?
Sudo apt-get install Apache to unzip
Okay,
-y.
okay.
we have-
Okay. So what we are doing here is, okay, so here, okay, what is our goal is, okay, what is our goal is, let's try to understand that. So we are creating something called as website setup.sh. Okay, how to do the website setup? For that purpose, we are writing this particular script. And to do the website setup, we require something called as web server. Okay, we require something called as web server. What is web server? Web server is kind of an application. Okay, web server is kind of application that will be running 24/7 for our website. Okay, basically, web server is the only thing that is running all the time. And whenever you are developing any website with something like HTML, CSS code, okay, so you give this website or you run that website on top of your web server. Okay, so here whenever any user, just imagine here there is one user who is trying to access website. So he will hit the request, that is HTTP or HTTPD, okay, whatever it is. Okay, HTTP, he will hit the request to the web server. Then what will happen? That web server will respond back to this user. Okay, it will serve the website, that whatever you are running the top of that, okay, whatever website you are running, so that will be served by that web server. And for that purpose, here web server we are considering like Apache. Okay, we are considering the Apache as the web server. So that Apache need to be installed. Okay, Apache need to be installed. And once we are done with installing Apache, okay, once we're done with the installation Apache, okay, then there onwards we have to do one more thing, that the whatever website we would like to run. Okay, so that website code we need to put it at this location, that is a /var/www that HTML. Okay, so this location will be created automatically once this particular thing is installed, and at this location we need to copy our code. Okay, so these are the steps we have to follow. And then to do that one, okay, so the very first step here I'm doing, that is the Apache software we required, right? So that Apache installation here we are doing. Okay, so did I answer your question? Finish.
Yes, additionally that Y which we are using, right? So that is also required for this installation, or
The unzip you're saying?
unzip after that
Okay,
we have
hyphen
used a
Y.
Y, right?
Okay, why?
Yeah,
Okay, why? Okay, let me show you something. Okay, what I can do is, okay, I'll just like stop this writing the script, and I wanted to show you something, then I'll come to this, okay? So maybe here I'll save this script at this point, okay? And then let me show you, let's say we are interested to install anything. Okay, I'll say apt-get update. Okay, first of all, we say always apt-get update, right? And the next thing,
okay.
okay, just imagine any of the package that we are interested to install, okay? So, okay, now here I'm trying to install any other package name, okay? Just say apt-get update install any package name as per your choice. Let's say Maven. Okay, Maven is one of the package we have. Okay, just imagine that we want to have here. Okay, and I will press enter here at this point. Okay, so apt-get install Maven is the command. I'm not putting it to -y. Okay, I'm not putting it -y. I'm just like passing this plain command. I'll press enter. Okay, now here you can see. Okay, what I get. Do you want to continue?
Yeah.
Press Y. Okay, so once I press Y and then I'll press enter, and that's how my this installation will start again. Okay, so to avoid that, I'll press Ctrl C here. What I'm doing is, what else we can do is, when I don't want this should ask me like this way. Okay, in that case I can just pass this -y option, and I can skip this. This is I can basically I'm giving auto approval.
Okay.
Okay, I'm itself giving the auto approval. You get the point?
Yes, understood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now next thing is I'll just get back on the script again. That is a Nano website. Okay, so we are here done with download like packages and some of the things we are done with here, and then I'm just creating one temporary directory. I went into that directory, and then we are like basically hoping to download some of the stuff there. Okay, that is the code, basically the website code we are downloading there. Okay, now just imagine, okay, step by step we have to go. Okay, step by step we have to go. So once we have the code available there, okay, once we have the code available there, you guys know that we have done this manually, that this particular file will be available, that is the zip file, okay, which is having the extension as zip file. Okay, the dot zip extension we will have it there. Okay, the dot zip extension we will have it there, and basically we need to unzip it. Okay, we need to unzip that file. Okay, now what we can do is we can just say unzip. Okay, we can say unzip, and then I can give the name of the file. Okay, so this particular file name I'm giving it. So is this clear, right? Like what we are doing is unzip. Now there is something, you guys remember when we did that unzip part. Okay, so when the command I use it unzip, and then after that this particular thing I pass it. Okay, and after that I got some of the lines that this thing got unzipped. Okay, but let's say while executing the script, I don't want to show you. Okay, I don't want to see that stuff. Okay, so that is just unnecessary thing. Okay, so what I can do is I can just like pass that output to like a dev/null or something like that. Okay, now what is the meaning of that? I'll tell you. Okay, so let me first of all go back. I'll save this script and I'll get out of it, and let me show you what here I'm talking about. So let me show you when we did that one. Okay, yes, here we have, right? So whenever we are saying unzip, okay, and after that I give the file name, and then after that this is the extraction of the file happen. Okay, this is the extraction of the file happen, and you can see like there is so much stuff that I can see. Okay, now maybe I want to avoid this thing. Okay, I don't want to see this one. So while executing the script also, like this is output. Okay, this is the output of the unzip file. And if I just don't do anything, then I should get that output. But let's say I am not interested to see this output. What I can do is I can just pass. Okay, I can just pass. Okay, I can just pass something like a this one. Okay, that is this symbol. Okay, so output of this command is supposed to I'm just like throwing it to the backhaul. Okay, so whenever you're not interested to see the output of any command, okay, you can just like do it this way. That is /dev/null. Okay, /null means what? Basically we are just like throwing the output inside the null. Okay, we are not interested to see it. Okay, it's like a backhaul, and we are throwing the output there. Okay, so that is something you can do it. And then with this trick, you will not be able to see the output of this command. Okay, so that is something you can just follow as a best practice. Now getting the output or seeing the output for this particular file is not making any harm as such. Okay, this is not making any harm as such, but the best practice is sometimes you're not interested to see this one. Okay, in most of the cases you're not interested to see. So for whichever the output you're not interested to see, you can just like do it this way. Okay, so extraction will happen and output will not get printed, simply will get forwarded to this location. Okay, great. So now here we are done with this part. Now the next thing is what? Now just imagine we have extracted this particular file and we have got it. Okay, so without the zip extension, we have the file available here. Okay, so what I can do is I can just say now copy. Okay, I can just copy the particular stuff. Okay, or rather I should say also I should use something like a mk sudo command is always better to use it. So sudo, why sudo? Maybe right now I'm using the root user for execution everything. But let's say tomorrow, if I'm using it on any other machine, and then let's say by any chance that I don't have any access. Okay, so better use the sudo. Okay, here also I'll say sudo cp. And now what we'll do is we will copy. Okay, we will copy this particular file, that is this interior file content. Okay, we are interested to copy the content of this file, okay, to the location. Okay, now inside that we have the content, right, to the location where it's gonna be the /var /www /html. Okay, so this is the particular location we are interested to copy. One more thing, while copying we can also pass one -r argument. So by any chance within this particular directory, if you have any directory, so that directory should also get copied to this location. Okay, so -r for that purpose. Okay, great. So here we are done with the copying part. Okay, so we are done with everything. Okay, we are done with everything. And then the sometimes just to have more understanding. Okay, sometimes we might be interested to get the status of the service. Okay, so maybe here I'll say service, or you can also use a systemctl command. Okay, service apache 2 status. Okay, so this is what here I'm interested to see the status, whether it is service is running or not. Okay, everything that you are interested. Okay, and maybe at last, okay, you are also interested to check. Okay, to check just for understanding purpose. Okay, maybe here I'll do the ls-l. Okay, what is the content of this location? Do we have copied this successfully? Okay, whatever here we are copying, is this copy is successful? So maybe here I can say ls and this location, that is /var www html, right? We have seen in previously. So these are the few of the best practices you can keep it. Okay, one more thing what you can also do is like now let's say if you already copied everything, okay, then you might be interested to remove this existing stuff. Okay, whatever here we have downloaded just for temporary purpose, the /root and then /tmp tmp, that particular directory. Okay, so you can just remove it. So that is also you can do it. And then at last maybe you can say echo script execution is done. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so let me repeat like what we have done here so far is that basically here we are updating our apt-get repository, then we are installing the Apache 2 and unzip. Okay, then what we are doing is we are creating one directory. So here we will do whatever new stuff we would like to install and all. Okay, then here we go inside that directory. Here we have downloaded this thing. Okay, that is this particular zip file which is a code file we have. Then as this is a zip file, we have to unzip it. Okay, we have to unzip it. And then here what we have done is once again, did I kept here one space extra? Yes. Okay, so what I'm doing here is that we're saying unzip, and then whatever here the stuff we are getting as an extra thing, okay, that we are forwarding output to the null value. Okay, and also here we are doing what, we are copying this 2133 Moso interior. Okay, so that thing here we are just passing this value to var www.html location. Okay, then sudo service apache to status. Okay, we are interested to see is our service is running good. Okay, so just to confirm that one. Okay, like here after installation I should have done it that one. That's fine. Okay, you can do it at any place. And then ls. Okay, do we have successfully copied the content to this location is something here I'm checking. And then once if I found the content is good, okay, so then I'm just like saying rm-rf. Okay, basically I'm removing this particular directory. And then here at last we are saying what where script execution is done is something we are printing the message. Okay, so these are the things we are doing here. Okay, so great. Now here at this point, what I'll do is I'll just save this one. I'll say Control O, press Enter, Control X to get out of it. And if I do ls, you'll see. Also, I think I missed the number. Okay, I'll say 06. Okay, I'll just give rename that file. So it's a website setup. I'll say 06 underscore that website setup dot sh. Okay, so yeah, it's good now. Name is good now. And then here I'll give the chmod plus x 06. Okay, and here you can see now we have the execution access also. Now let's go ahead and run it. Okay, now it may happen that from my also my end the mistake can happen, but I'm hoping that there is no mistake. But let's see if there is an error, I should get that one. Okay, and in your case also, you guys, whenever you do it for the very first time, you should also face some issues and queries and all. Okay, now whenever you are getting any questions, queries, okay, so you need to solve those. Okay, solve those, and that's how you will learn the things. Correct. So here at this point, let's see whether we are successfully able to do it or not. Okay, so here I'm saying this is a particular script I'm trying to execute, and let me press enter. Okay, yeah, I forgot to put it for that. Okay, in fact, I don't want to see that one. Okay, so I'll do the improvisation later. But yes, here you can see that this is the output of what Apache 2 and installation, and that is what here you can see. Okay, and at last you can see the execution is done. And okay, here you can see the active and running. Also at last you can see here you have done what you got the message that is script execution is done. And also that ls-l, okay, that is like here you have that location that is var www.html location. Okay, here you can see that we have successfully copied the stuff here. Okay, so we have executed this particular Apache to installation, and like putting this file is something we have done it successfully. Okay, now any question here, guys? Like at this point, anyone has any question at this moment? Did you understood like how we have done the execution? Any question, guys, at this point you have? Like how the execution is done? Any question you have inside the script?
No.
No question. Okay, great. Okay, so here you can say this is what we have successfully copied. Okay, I'll just show you the script one more time. Let me know if you have any question. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask the question. So I'll go to the bash scripting, and here I'll show you this website where it is. Yeah, this one, right? 06. There's one small mistake I have done. Okay, I'll tell you what that's type it. But yeah, here you can see that we have copied. Okay, we have copied this thing. Okay, so I'll correct the few of the things here. But this is the script we have. So any question you have, let me know. Anything is there? Just look at the script one more time. Okay, any question you have, let me know. Any question? I need to correct few things. Okay, I'll tell you after this. Okay, but yeah. So if you have seen the script and if you don't have question, let me tell you a few of the things here. Okay, the first thing is what here what I'm saying is sudo apt get update, right? So what it did, it print some output. Okay, maybe that was some unnecessary. I can put that to the dev/null, right? This way. Okay, I can just forward it. This is also printing some output. I don't want that. Okay, that is something we'll also do. Okay, here we are creating the directory, but cd command doesn't work here in the script. Okay, so and then basically when we are downloaded this stuff, okay, this the downloaded stuff where it has happened, wherever you are executing the script, okay, wherever you are executing the script. So at that location here you can see the execution of this happened. Okay, but fine. Okay, now how we can correct that one? Basically, while executing this duplicate command, you can also tell the path at which particular path you are interested to download this zip file. So there is one option we have, that's -p option. Okay, -p option, and under that path we could have given this path. Okay, so that is something you can do it. And the next thing is we are interested to unzip. Okay, so you can unzip by giving that path. Okay, so these are the few of the things we need to take care. Okay, these are the few of the things we need to take care. So let me do it. Okay, let me do it that one. So our execution is done. Okay, there's no nothing is wrong happened here. Everything is done successfully. Okay, everything is done successfully, but there is some of the still improvisation we can do it. So let me do it. Okay, so here I'll do the execution of that. Okay, so first of all here I don't want to print output. Okay, so I'll do it like this way, /dev/null. Okay, so the website will look clean. Okay, this one also. Okay, so here I'll say /dev/null. Okay, great. Then there's no use of this command. Okay, we can't do the cd. Okay, next thing is what here inside wget I can pass one option, that is -p option. Okay, and where we're interested to copy our file. Okay, so we are interested to copy /root under /tmp. Okay, so under this particular file you are interested to copy your this particular code file. Okay, then you are doing unzip. Okay, now unzip, from where you will be doing unzip. So your files are at this location, that is a /root location. Under that you have this tmp folder, and under that you have this zip file. So this particular zip file you would like to unzip. Once you're done with that, okay, once you're done with that, then what is the next thing you are interested to? Here you are copying the stuff. So from where? So under the root location, you have the file location tmp, and then this particular file, okay, like there you have the unzip thing, and then that particular content you would like to copy it here. So great. So these are the few things I need to take care, and which I have done. Okay, so here I'll save this one, Control O, press enter, Control X. Okay, great. So this is what I wanted to do, and then I'm done with that. Okay, I'm done with that. So so these are the few changes. I'll like push it. Okay, now we have already executed this script. Okay, and as per that you can see at /www. Okay, HTML location. You can see here we have got the stuff here. Okay, now we are done copying the stuff. Okay, correctly, like we are done copying our code to the where www HTML location, and now here at this point I should be able to access the website also. Do you agree with me on this point, guys? Do you agree with me on this point? What I'm saying is that we are done with the website setup, right? So we should be able to see the website now, correct? Correct, guys?
No, the website was not yet started.
Okay. So here, like how we can confirm whether like here, okay, who is serving the web pages? So it is the Apache. Okay, it is the Apache, and then when I check the service, it is active and running. Okay, so yeah, like whoever was admitted, okay, like that person is, the story is correct, very correct. Okay, so whenever we are doing the same stuff for the other operating system, such as such as a Red Hat or CentOS. Okay, in that case, we need to enable the service. Okay, and then we need to start the service. Okay, so we need to give this command purposely. Okay, like this command, that is the service. Okay, that is the service. Then whatever the services we have, it's Apache 2. Okay, Apache 2 start is something we have to write it. Okay, service Apache 2 start is something we have to give it. But here in this case, as this is the Debian based system, okay, that is Ubuntu we have. So for Ubuntu, we don't have to like say it this way. Okay, it is already started and running. Okay, it is already started and running, and that's the reason we don't have to do it. But anyway, okay, we are done with running the stuff already, and now we should be able to see the website. Okay, now we should be able to see the website. And now imagine, okay, like imagine you are someone who is a person. Okay, you are someone who is a person, and we have already done the setup of the website. Okay, so on this server, okay, on this server, here we are done with the Apache installation. Okay, Apache installation is done. And as a person, now you are someone like a user. Okay, as a person, you're like someone user. You're trying to access the website. So let's go and see the how we can access the website. So we have something like a public IP. Okay, we have something like a public IP to access website. So let's take that public IP and try to access the website. So let me go to the instance. Okay, and here I'll take the public IP. Okay, I'll take it and then I'll press enter like here. And maybe on port 80 we are basically accessing the website. So let me press enter here. And I press enter, but looks like it's not giving me the web page. Okay, and I hope you guys know the answer. What is the reason here, guys? Why I can't see the reason? Like why I can't get the website? Anyone?
http/public IP. The full URL.
No, okay, it's one and the same thing. Okay, it's one and the same thing. So let's say here if I type HTTP, okay, like this way, and okay, in fact, like if I do it like this way, okay, so I press enter, okay, so but still I'm not getting. Okay, it's one and the same thing. Okay, it's a one and the same thing. I'll tell you the answer. Okay, maybe for this batch I didn't talk. Okay, maybe I don't remember. Sorry for that. Okay, so here we have something called a security group in middle. Okay, we have what? We have the security group in the middle, and that security group is nothing but it's a firewall. Okay, yes, I remember we have discussed this one, right? Like for the ping task. Okay, for the ping task. So security group is something that we talk about. Security group is what? It's a firewall. Okay, it's a firewall. That firewall is not allowing any user to reach out to that particular website. Okay, so whenever you have a server, so whenever you are trying to reach to the server, so in middle you have something called as security group, and now this particular user is trying to access the website on the port 80. Okay, this particular user is trying to access the port on the website 80. Okay, but is the port 80 is open? So this is the question. So whenever request user is going here, okay, now security group is not allowing, so request is not even reaching here. Okay, so security group is something that is blocking the traffic. Okay, and let's see, let me show it to you, let me prove it to you. Okay, so I'll just go to the instances. Okay, there we have something security group. Okay, and under that here you can see we have the port 22. Only port 22 is allowed. That's the reason we are able to do the SH. Okay, why we able to do the SH? Because only port 22 is allowed. Okay, do we have allowed a port 80? The answer is no, and that is something here we have to do. Okay, that is something here we have to do. Now, next time onwards, guys, I am expecting this answer from you. Like whenever there is something website we are not able to access or anything like that. Okay, so because we have done this. Okay, like for ping, I can remember that we have allowed a port in the ping, and ICMP is something that we allowed there. That's the reason we are able to ping, right? So here in this case, it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. The port 80 is blocked, and that's the reason we're not able to. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just open this thing in the new tab. Okay, and what I'll do is here I'll say edit inbound rule, and we will add the rule which traffic we have to allow. It's a HTTP. Okay, it's a HTTP traffic we have to allow. So just say HTTP port 80. and then here I'll say all IP. Okay, so anyone who is trying to connect to this particular HTTP, okay, server, then it is allowed because that's a website. You want more and more people should be connecting to your server. Okay, so here say HTTP and just say save rules. Okay, so here you are done with like adding this HTTP rule. And yes, great. So we are done here. Okay, now inbound rule is something we have added. Okay, inbound rule is something we have added. Now it's time to check. Okay, it's time to check the server again. So here I have already taken this is public IP, right? Here I have taken the public IP, and let's refresh this. Okay, let's refresh this one, and here we go. Okay, here we go. So you can see here we have successfully able to access the website. Okay, and yeah, everything is going well. Okay, here you can see all the products, whatever it is. Okay, it's something like a website we have. Okay, so yeah, something all the pages and everything is going well, right? So the website is really working nice and well. Okay, so this particular website we have developed. Okay, or this particular website we have put it on our own server. Okay, and then we are serving it. Okay, we are serving it with the help of the Apache web server. Okay, so Apache is what? It's one of the server that will be serving your web pages. Okay, and now this website will be developed by someone engineer. Okay, or developer you can say. I have taken this code directly from themselves. Okay, the developer, and I have put it here on the on the Apache, and that's what here you can see. Like we can be we can see it on here. Okay, so this is like an artifact we have put it directly. So this is the way that you can access the website. So yeah, it's a good looking website that we have deployed on the server, and this is what we have done it via script. Correct? Do you agree with me? Like here we haven't done anything via manually. Okay. Now let's say if I do that particular script to you. Okay. So here if I go back on /root, and then here if I go and if I did give this particular script to you, that is cat 06. Okay, this particular script if I give it to you, so you guys also should be able to do it directly, right? So that is something here we have done. Okay, that's something here we have done, that you guys also should be able to run this particular script on as per your way. Okay, so any question guys you have here at this point? Anything you want to ask? Is that good? Everything is good, guys? Anthony, Kirtivasan, Mangala, Mani, Manigandan, Naveen, Praveen, Vignesh, Vinod. Any question you guys have?
Not from me.
Okay.
No more. Not from me.
I have no questions.
Okay, great. Okay, so I hope you have understood this question. Okay, and then basically Linux scripting is all about like taking all the things together. Okay, one by one, step by step. We have to put it. Yeah, only thing is what here you should have little long vision. Okay, and that vision you will get it when you will do the stuff by yourself. Okay, so over a period of time when you will be doing this again and again. Okay, just imagine you have to do it. If you know how to do it manually, then it's very easy to do it via script, right? So the scripting is all about the automation, how you can bring that one. So first of all, do it manually. Just club all this thing together. Just try to do it on one single server, and that's how create one particular script. Okay, now that's a good thing. We successfully do it in just a first attempt, but still we able to realize okay, this is something we're missing, and all of these things. Okay, and probably now this is the best version of the website. We have it here. Okay, we have it here. So yeah, great. So this is something we are done with it. Okay, so if you guys have any question, let me know, or else okay, then what is the next topic that we can talk about?